from a mixtape called Error by Bootleg Boy. I don't know. I couldn't find it when I searched it up. I'd like look in my YouTube search and shit. It was all fucked. I don't know. It was weird. But it's fire mix. It's bossa nova. If you don't know what that is, Brazilian jazz. Shit's amazing. Anyways, guys, I want to talk about self-hatred as the biggest destroyer of lives. I would argue that this is the biggest problem you could ever have in your life. And I mean, I would say that this is what truly harms your life the most out of all things. And there's a lot of things that lead to this sensation, right? I mean, I can say personally, I definitely had a period of time where I felt like this about myself. And it's the most self-destructive time I ever had in my life, by a long shot. And I just think it's destructive in everyone's life. So what do I mean by self-hatred exactly? It's kind of a constant negative downpour of thoughts and shit. Just the way that you view yourself, right? And you'll find a way to fit into everything. Every time that someone treats you badly, it's because of you. Every time that you fucked something up, it's because of you. Every bad thing that's really happened is your fault with this. And not just in a sense where it's like, oh damn, I fucked up and I'm gonna learn from it. It's like, you're fucked, right? So I would argue that some of the most problematic things to have in your life stem from self-hatred. For example, what has ruined so many celebrities, guys? What has ruined some of the top people? Substance abuse, right? I think that argument could be made. A bunch of really famous people, musicians, all get caught up in doing drugs all the time, and they fucking OD. They kill themselves, Kurt Cobain style. They fuck everything up. They forget their talent for things because they're famous now. We're doing Molly. I remember my dad told me, back when I used to listen to a lot of rock, he told me that his cousin's kid was in a metal band. And as they were touring, they were like opening for all these big bands. And he got addicted to heroin and died. And this is like a common thing. Bro, I low-key hate how I look when I'm shaving. Damn, isn't that crazy, guys? Literally the fucking point of this video. Anyways, I just don't like this. Like, I feel like my fucking chin looks weird. I don't know. I just got acclimated to the way I looked. Anyways. So what does drug abuse come from? A lack of respect for the self, I would argue. Right? You don't see a reason to not be fucking up your life. You don't see what's wrong with fucking drinking every day, right? That's a lack of respect for yourself, is what it really is, you know? Like, at a certain point, you realize you're fucking up your life, and you have made the decision to continue to pursue temporary joy with the knowledge that it's just gonna harm your life down the line. That's hating yourself, bro. You're not fucking doing any good for yourself when you do this shit. What else ties in with self-hatred that ruins people? Eating disorders. I want to make a separate video about eating disorders, but eating disorders are the deadliest psychiatric condition, statistically speaking. 23% of people with eating disorders die from them. That's fucked, bro. That's insane. With the amount of eating disorders that there are today, all these women, bro, like, that's an insane fucking statistic. 23%? Do you know how many girls I've met with eating disorders? Like, statistically speaking, I've dated a girl that will die from her eating disorder. You know, psych statistics really fucking catch you off guard, bro. Like, 1% of people are schizophrenic, 1 in 100. Therefore, with the amount of people you've met, especially, I used to think about this in high school a lot, because the onset of schizophrenia doesn't happen until you're like 20s. Mid-20s-ish. I mean, like, it kind of starts when you're in your teenage years, but it's really not the same. You kind of seem more, like, flat-mooded and shit, not as much, like, schizo. But, statistically speaking, we've met a lot of schizophrenics, right? You probably met a lot more than 100 people. Anyways, back to the eating disorder thing. Eating disorders stem from a sense that you're not enough. That's kind of self-hatred. You're hating yourself. You fucking look at yourself in the mirror. I look like shit. I look so fucking fat. This is why no one likes me. This is why I can't get good men in my life. This is why blah blah blah. I need more validation. So you starve yourself. That's hating yourself, bro. That's not loving yourself at all. Like, and I feel like we approach self-hatred all wrong, dude. I feel like a lot of people can recognize that it's the source of a lot of issues, but I feel like we never really approach it right. You know, I see posts on Instagram, "You are loved." Who the fuck even wrote this, bro? I don't even know this dude. Like, and I say dude, it's 100% a woman. Like, shit's actually retarded, dude. To be like, to read, "You are loved," and think, wow, I actually am loved. You have to be a fucking retard for that to be slightly effective. Look at the war wall, guys. Made for war and conquest. Anyways, you have to be stupid as shit. But like, that's what we push out. Be sure to tell your friend that they're loved today. Like, we should push actual solutions, guys. Which is what I'm gonna do today. That's what I'm gonna do. The best fucking things you could do. But anyways, why is hating yourself the most destructive thing you could have in your life? Well, when you think about it, hating yourself, you just disrespect yourself. And it's like, you're gonna fucking ruin everything when you do this, bro. And here's what people don't realize. Through hating yourself, you hate your family. You hate everyone who loves you. Because you're not fucking holding yourself to a standard. And they all have to look at you and be like, damn, this is fucked. You know, especially your family, though. It's like, your parents went through all this. All this, bro. And you're fucking making them think that they didn't do enough, bro. Look at how much they did, you know? And not just your parents, like so many people in your life, you know? Even if your parents are aloof, there's still people in your life who've done things for you, that have tried for you and shit. And to go out and disrespect yourself is like, it's kind of fucked up. You're kind of disrespecting them. All your friends, all your teachers, all these people who tried to fill that parental role, you know? But, through not respecting yourself, you miss out on all the opportunities that you're given, right? And I don't mean that in the sense of like, well, you're just not going to take them, but also like, you're not going to try as hard, you know? And like I said, you can integrate hating yourself into every single realm in your life, bro. Every fucking little thing. You could look back on like fucking every part of your life and apply that lens to it. Well, it's because I'm the problem. And like, you're gonna ruin your shit, dude. You're fucked. But anyways, guys, I wrote down here the motivation of eating disorders is a want to be the attractive, feeling not enough, and body dysmorphia, seeing and believing false or distorted images of yourself. This is where the self-hatred component really comes in. These are my psych notes, guys. This girl in my history class was bullying me because I fucking only use like journal type books for notes in school. It's like, just buy a normal notebook. Like, shut up. Anyways, guys. And this seems so hard to conquer for so many people, you know? And like, this is interesting as well. When I really hated myself, bro, I would look at people around me and be like, you guys are all so arrogant. Like, you miss so many of your flaws. It's like, I mean, somewhat people don't acknowledge their flaws. I was right about that. But like, people shouldn't look at life through that lens. You shouldn't look at life through the lens of like, well, I haven't perfected this and this, so I can't feel good, you know? And like, this shit will literally ruin fucking everything, bro. It'll ruin everything. You'll be looking at the Grand Canyon and think, damn, but I should have said this, should have done this, you know? Like, that's what you fucking do to yourself, bro. You ruin everything. And it's so funny. It's not funny, but it's interesting because, like, it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, you literally ruin everything by telling yourself that you ruined everything, because then you're just carrying this big weight and no one wants to be around you because you're all negative all the time and shit. You just ruin so much shit. And guys, this is never the path to go. When I talk about spiritual things with psychology, guys, you can literally apply it to the atheist lens. Like, you just have to think. It's not fucking hard. But, like, you're losing to the devil when this happens to you. You really are. This is, like, the biggest fucking... I've heard this. The best thing for the devil to do is convince you that he's not real. You know? And, like, guys, the fucking atheist lens, if you're retarded, means... your negative self, the part of you that has this negative, strong output, if you convince yourself that it's right, if you convince yourself that your insecurities know better than the positives of yourself, know better than the ego, then, like, you're fucking losing, bro. You convince yourself that it's correct. It's like... this isn't really true, guys. This is the other thing I found, too. When I was in that period, I would look around and talk to people. And everyone who I felt like felt the same way about themselves as I did horrendously disproportionate things to the thing that made me feel that way about myself. You know, like, people would have, like, killed people and done all this fuck shit. Felt the same level of self-hatred that I did at that time. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean you think the same as me, but you shot 2 people? Like, that's when I realized I was like, I'm fucking stupid for feeling this way, bro. Yeah, but the point is that nothing good's gonna come out of it. When you don't have the positive other side of things, it's very hard to grow. It really is. And it's like, I said this in my loser video. People spend all this time thinking about what they did wrong. Just do what you did right. Like, that's it. Stop fucking sitting in your room. No, and like, I fucking did that for a while. And nothing changed, bro. I barely learned. When I learned is when I started to move on. When I learned is when I just said, fuck this, bro. I'm done with this shit. You know, I was like, I'm gonna be normal. Which I'm not fucking normal, but, like, still. It's interesting, because even when I kind of hated myself, my girlfriend's still texting me, you're so egotistical, you know, all this shit. It's still I still have kind of a shattered self-perception, and I still get told by girls that I'm egotistical and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean, bruh? Anyways, so, like, when you hate yourself, you allow yourself to go through the fucking worst things ever. It doesn't matter. I'm not that good. I'm not important. I deserve this. And then it just downward spiral until you're, like, laying. I saw this video and it's this guy. It was like, bro's depressed, so we're all here. It was actually like, I was like, this is wholesome as fuck. It's this guy and he's laying in his bed and he has a bunch of drinks. He has Nutri-Grain bars sitting on his mattress with him. It's a bare fucking mattress. Dude, there's no sheets. And he's just laying in bed. And I'm like, this is how it actually be, though. Like, people get to this point, and it's just a progression. You know? And it's just like, damn, bro, that's fucking crazy. Like, people actually do this to themselves, you know? And, I mean, it's very real. I don't know, I can't find it. It's very real, though. Like, people do this all the time, bro. And you just don't know about it. But, anyways, that's how fucking bad it'll get. I don't even need the sheet on my bed, bro. Fuck this shit. Like, I don't even care. Just laying in bed all day. On your phone, sleeping. Fucking, you got, like, food in your bed and shit. You stop giving a fuck. And what happens when you stop giving a fuck? Everything in your life goes to shit. And what happens when your life goes to shit? You feel even more negative emotion, bro. You're just, like, prolonging and increasing this pain exponentially. It's horrible. Oh, yeah, this is what I was going to say, though. For example, like, when I really hated myself, I'd eat shit food because I just didn't care. Or if I, like, wanted to lose weight, if If I was like, damn, I'm fucking looking fat right now, I would just not eat. Shit. You know? And that's not like a good fucking way to live your life. That's just telling. Because, like, I wrote this in my notebook one time. When you get disrespected, which through doing that stuff, you're disrespecting yourself. By tolerating it, you inherently tell yourself that you're not worth much. So when you hate yourself and you allow yourself to get disrespected, you just hate yourself more. You know? And this is such a common thing, bro. It happens all the time. Oh yeah, I wrote in my journal one time when I was dating this girl who fucking sucked. Yeah, fuck you. Fucking retard bitch. I'm talking about you sophomore year. You fucking, if you're listening to this, you know who you are. Anyways, I was dating this girl and she treated me like shit. And I remember writing in my notebook, I'm like, she doesn't treat me like shit. I am not deserving of being treated well. She treats me as she feels she should. That's what I wrote. And that's the fucking lens I viewed things through, bro. And what did that do? I just tolerated more bullshit and just went lower and lower. You know? Like, it's fucking ridiculous, bro. The shit that you'll do to yourself when you're in that state. And so many people exist within that state, bro. So many girls have eating disorders. So many people have an anxious perception of the world. And when you have anxiety, you have a low ego, generally speaking. Because it's like, well, if you felt secure about your future, you'd have a high ego, right? But the fact that you feel worried about your future demonstrates that you have a low ego. You're worried about events. You're worried about talking to people. Like, and when you're worried about that stuff, you're probably worried about being perceived a certain way. You're worried about fucking it up. That's having a low ego, right? Anxiety is super fucking prevalent, bro. By 2030, 50% of women are going to be on antidepressants or anti-anxiety medication, bro. Like, what the fuck? And as I explained in the depression and anxiety video, those two things tie together. But, and with the stuff about substance abuse, I guess it's like, it doesn't always start at a low ego point, though. That's what's interesting. A lot of the time it starts at a high ego. Not a lot, but sometimes it starts at a high ego. And then from that point, you descend. Because it's like you realize that you fucking lost control of your life to some pills, some fucking liquid, right? Anyways, what is the solution? A few things. Fake it till you make it. And I don't mean this in the sense of like pretend that you like yourself. Well, somewhat actually. But I mean this in a sense of respect, interestingly enough. I found that like when I would say, nah, fuck you, what'd you say to me? When I would fucking stand up for myself, if someone said some shit, I'm therefore proving myself being worth some shit. Cause like when I was really depressed, bro, and someone would make a comment to me, I'd be like, just continue on with my day. Or like I just wouldn't say anything. My best friend, shout out Kellen, said one time, he goes, when someone does something to hurt me, I have two options. Sit around and think about it for a long time, or could make it a really short thing and get revenge. It's like, and I prefer to make it short. I don't want to fucking sit around and think about shit, so I just get revenge every time. And I was like, wow. And I'm not advocating for revenge, guys, but like when you're in a low ego state, people just tolerate shit from people, you know? Like, I've been around kids before who, like, we bully, and, like, they still come back. I've seen this phenomenon a billion times, bro. There's this kid in my high school who, like, he was this Muslim kid, and for some reason he was friends with all, like, the Mexicans, and they would bully the shit out of him, bro. He got bullied the fuck out of. If you went to my high school, you know what I'm talking about. Like, horrendously, bro. And he would always come back to them because it's obvious he had a low ego, so he just didn't give a fuck. Like, he's like, well, these are the only friends I can make, right? So, yeah, not putting up with shit from other people, but also not putting up with shit from yourself. Eat good. Go exercise. When you actually hold yourself to a high standard of treating yourself, even if you don't feel like you should, even if you don't feel like doing the things, you don't feel like you deserve it, just do it. And you'll actually increase your ego a considerable amount. It's interesting. Just because you're treating yourself well, you know? And you feel that. You feel good because you treat good to yourself. Anyways, so yeah, like, eat good food. Actually get on a healthy sleep schedule. Actually put work into getting better. That's the other thing is, like, this stuff is going to hold you back massively from improvement because you don't even see yourself as worthy. You don't feel like you need to, right? Like, when I think about this YouTube shit, when I think about my career, I'm like, I've fucking done way too much for this to fail. Like, I'm gonna hold on to the last fucking thread, you know? And, like, I never took high school seriously in high school because I didn't know what my future was gonna be. I was like, well, I don't really care. But, like, everything changed, bro. I actually take college seriously, you know? Yeah, but those two things, and then it's also like, this is the other thing, sit in a dark room, just a room for like an hour without your phone, and picture, just sit and think for like an hour. That's the other thing too. You have to get comfortable with yourself, and you have to like spend time thinking and realize that, like, we're in an imperfect ass world, bro. The devil is within everyone, so everyone fucks up. Or the negative part of your consciousness. Right? The parts that aren't fucking perfected, which is a lot. You know? And it's like, sit in this room, think about everything. Think about what it means to be a good person. This is what you do. Ready? We're gonna fucking break cognitive dissonance right now. Cognitive dissonance, the root of all negative emotion. I don't agree with that. Actually, somewhat I agree with that, but not fully. I don't really believe in chemicals and stuff. I believe more in like a vibrational status. But sit in a dark room, write down what it means to be a good person. Write down what you think is worthy of thinking of themselves positively. Right? Just write it all out. Fucking every little piece of it. And then write out what you need to do to feel that way about yourself. Write out how you can do these things. How you can create this within yourself. I did this a while ago because I was like, I remember back when I was in therapy, I was telling my therapist, I go, listen, bro, fuck therapy, by the way. That shit's like such a fucking waste of money. But anyways, I was telling him, I'm like, I do all this stuff that everyone does. I'd actually argue that I do more stuff than everyone does for the people around them, just in general, just of being good. Yet, I still feel like a piece of shit. And I've been doing this for months, and nothing's really changed. I mean, like, yeah, I feel slightly better about myself, but I don't feel even close to as good as most people feel about themselves. And he's like, well, what does it mean to be good to you? And I was like, well, shit, like, I don't know. Definitely, because, like, when you think of a concept in psychology, right, it's your just view of the thing, right? So, like, when I say purple balloon, you picture a purple balloon, and you and me might have different concepts, right? I could be picturing the ones with the tinsely shit on the outside, and you could be picturing the ones that are just like, whatever material. I don't know what that is. Latex, maybe? I'm not sure. Right? So, like, when someone says a good person, we have different views of what a good person is. Obviously, that's massively different, though, from a purple balloon because it's more subjective. So, yeah, when you actually path this out and you write the steps as well, not only are you going to be hopeful, but you're going to be living in accordance to your values, right? And, guys, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. You convince yourself that you want to do the things, that you want to do it, right? Or that you need to, which is a fucking lie. But you don't really have to do the things that you think are bad, you know? It's letting the devil get a hold of you and doing them, you know? So like, just map it out. Live what's the word? Not precise. I mean, kind of precisely. Live consciously. Actually plan what you're doing and shit. Make it good. Make it accurate to the self. But those two things, and then like just doing nice things for people, just being very polite and respectful. Oh, intentional. That was the word. Be intentional with everything you do, especially be intentional about the things that you think are bad. Watch my Psychology to Fix Your Life video, by the way, guys, if you actually want to know more about this shit. But just like when you map this shit out, you actually have hope for it now. When you first think of it, I don't know, there's so much stuff. Okay, direct the flow, direct the current of your thoughts. Like, build a dam. And you could see. But yeah, just intentionally be good to people. Always hold the door open, talk to old people, and it'll click, bro. Because not only are you receiving outside praise, because yeah, a good amount of this can be extrinsic. I can say that. A good amount of this could be reliant on other people's perceptions of you, you know? Let's say you were a piece of shit a year ago, but like, you still feel like one even though you're not doing the things, but everyone perceives you as a piece of shit. People tell you you're a piece of shit. Start being extra good to people you haven't met, because those people are already fucked. And they'll be like, wow. You know, like, I talk to old people every once in a while, and they're like, you're such a nice young man. That shit sticks with me, bro. I'm at the bar. Some drunk old lady tells me. She's like, if I were your age still, I'd love to have met a boy like you. And I'm like, damn. You know? Speaking to the randoms, especially old people, guys, will get you praise. Just being nice to them and shit. And that can help change things a lot. Just doing good deeds in general will change it. But like, old people are a group of people that need that, bro. And I'd say that they're the easiest one to reach too, because like, when you talk to random people our age, when you do polite things for them, it's like, thanks. You know, when you talk to them, they're kind of closed off. I already have my social circle. Nah, I'm good. Thank you. Like, fuck off. Old people are lonely, and they come from an era when it's normal to talk to random people. These motherfuckers won't say a word to you if they don't know you. I don't really know you. That's kind of weird. Like, shut the fuck. What's wrong with you? You think I'm gonna fucking kidnap you? Like, with a woman, it's semi more understandable because it's like, oh, I'm worried about my safety. With a man, it's like, you fucking bitch, bro. Why don't you speak that? Why are you all weird? Like, oh. Like, anyways. Yeah, but that's about it, guys. Just be good. Don't believe this shit. It's such fucking lies, bro. So destructive. Literally so destructive. Like, it's probably better to, well, and that's the other thing too, is like a lot of different degenerate paths will lead you this way. I would argue watching porn will lead you this way. I would argue not speaking to people much would lead you to this way. Accidentally fucking something major up will lead you to this way. Certain parental relationships, doing drugs, not carrying yourself correctly, not operating socially correctly, living in an anomic state, right? All this stuff will reach you here. And it's like, this is the thing though. I would argue, I don't know, dude. It really depends on your circumstances, actually. Because I look at everything with this stuff through my lens, and my lens is like very complex, and like there's fucking tew. But to some people, it's more like, I don't know, if this is complex, as in this is ranging from a billion different things and an assessment that you made through pattern recognition and a lot of different events. That's very different from if this is because you got like raped or something and you just fucking hate yourself because of it. If something bad happened to you and that's affecting your self-esteem. You have very different outcomes here. But regardless, well, not different outcomes, but you're gonna have different feelings about it, and you're gonna have different solutions and shit. Regardless, they both lead to the same place, just failure. Yeah. But when you hate yourself, your dreams as a child are getting raped. Alright, I don't know if I should say that. They're getting killed. They're getting slowly tortured. When you sit there and think to yourself, I'm not shit, all the work you, your family, your friends have done for you is just getting fucked. It's literally like every time that you're thinking that shit, you take an axe and you fucking slam it down on this tree. And eventually the tree falls down. And the tree's your fucking life, bro. And don't get me wrong, it'll regrow, but it'll take years. You know? Don't do little you like that, bro. That's really what it comes down to. Don't do yourself as a kid. I want to be an astronaut. Like this, bro. That's fucked. You're just fucking giving up and telling yourself it's okay. You know? Yeah, guys, that's it. God bless. Hope this made sense to you. I'm not going to be uploading that much for like the next week or so. Fair warning. I uploaded a video yesterday. I don't know if I want to post that. I was kind of out of it. It just wasn't that good. I wasn't that focused. It's like, we'll see. Bro, I do not like how this shit looks, bro. I feel like I think I might mouth breathe while I'm sleeping, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I don't really have like this shit, but like, nah, I don't really know. Yeah, that's it, guys. Comment any thoughts below. If you actually watched this whole thing, let me know.